School is back, and so is school zone speed enforcement cameras, which you can do to avoid a citation coming up. Welcome back to this week's version of Columbus Connection. Today I have Corporal Aaron Hoffa with me to talk about the school zone safety program as Muscogee County School District schools are headed back to the classroom August 4th.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Is it still morning time? I think I should know that, right? 11 o'clock, it is morning. So speaking of mornings, all right, starting the morning of August 4th, our school zone safety cameras will be active, issuing citations.
That's correct. From the first day of school, school starts August 4th. And then the speed enforcement will be activated all throughout Muscogee County while the speed detection cameras are in place, which we currently have 20 so far.
We have 20 cameras so far in school zones across Muscogee County School District. And we know that before school let out for the summertime back in May, some schools were still issuing just warnings, but now this is hard citations. And so what does that mean for drivers in school zones?
So there's probably a couple schools that are still left that might have a 2-week warning period remaining. After that fact, all 20 schools will be active. In fact, that the reduced speeds will be enforced. And I think there's a little misperception out there where people say that, well, the lights weren't flashing at the time. Well, if you look at the Georgia Code section, they're enforced 1 hour before, during, and afterwards. So the important thing to remember is the reduced speed. When the flashing lights are activated, you will see, I'll use an example of Cedar Road, the reduced speed is 20 miles per hour. When those lights go off, however, that's not a requirement for Georgia law to have lights, but we do have the times posted. So when those lights go off or that time is no longer effective on the sign, the regular speed is enforced, so the speed limit on Cedar Road is enforced. So after school again, the lights start flashing and then the reduced speed will be enforced. So it is the entire length of the school, 1 hour before, during, and after.
1 hour before, during, and after. It is just safe to say that people just need to follow the posted the posted speed limit, correct?
You know, you're absolutely correct. I think some people were just angry for the simple fact that there's cameras out there catching the violator. But again, people also have to remember too, say that there's a certified peace officer out there. It is a school zone. Inherently those fines are much more expensive than a regular speeding ticket. The first violation will be $80. If you continue, and every subsequent violation after that is $130. But if I was out there and I got you with radar or LiDAR, that fine would be significantly greater. This is just one of those things, a simple violation, not a criminal penalty, for a simple fact that obviously your insurance company, the information does not go to Department of Driver Services, your insurance company is not affected, your insurance is not affected. But it's just an indicator that people, yes, indeed, just need to slow down, obey the rules of the road, especially in a school zone. And obviously there's children, we have crossing guards there, we have crosswalks, we have buses, we have faculty, and throughout the school day, children are actively moving around in the school zones as well. That's why it's enforced during the school hours as well.
Right, and we did receive several comments on our page, like why can't we have officers posted in these school zones? And I think you just made a really great point. One is that if you all are there, the fines are significantly higher.
Correct.
But we've also talked about the safety aspect as well, because we've had issues where, you know, some people are speeding through. A kid was unfortunately, 2 kids were hit and killed on Steam Mill Road. One kid was,
that's correct,
you know, injured, the other one was killed. So also like a money grab. You mentioned that our tickets would be higher, but these are not. Like, and some people are calling it a money grab. What would you have to say to that?
So obviously there has to be some sort of financial obligation. There is a company that's contracted to do this. They're not going to do it for free. Right. They have people they have to pay. They have equipment they have to pay for. The police department has individuals that are observing this program, responsible for this program. Also, too, and let's be honest, if we just did issue nothing but warnings, and I'd probably be no exception to the rule.
Right.
If I kept getting a warning in the mail, obviously, first class postage has to be paid for as well. The envelopes have to be paid for. The paperwork has to be paid for. And if I continue to get a warning, my mentality, yes, I would like to think that, okay, I need to slow down. But there's, obviously, I'm sure there's people out there to be like, warning means nothing to me. Warning means nothing to me. There has to be some sort of financial obligation at some point, just the other things that I previously talked about as far as the company, the equipment, the personnel, the papers, and everything else involved.
Right. And we've also received several complaints about people speeding in school zones, and now we're putting things in place to help combat the issue. What else can like these commuters do to make sure that they are getting where they need to be, but at a safe speed?
Well, I think we do it the first of the month. We'll be down on Benning Drive, the community center down there. You'll be down there too. And as far as individuals coming together, have a lot of questions, and then we'll make ourselves present. We'll be there to ask all sorts of questions anybody might have. A lot of individuals are complaining about Casita Road. So obviously we're going to go there and address those concerns and help those individuals be more aware. And if anybody out there wants to have us show up at certain areas and explain to the general public more in depth, we'll be more than happy to.
So that event that you're speaking about is going to be at the Frank Chester Recreation Center,
Correct.
August 1st
August
at
1st.
11 a.m. It is open to the public, so we definitely want to make sure that people get out there and ask any type of pressing questions that they may have as it pertains to the school zone safety program. But we just want to reiterate that this is more of a safety thing. It's not a ticket thing. It's more so of safety. We want our learners and educators to be safe.
No, you're correct. I mean, obviously it's for the children. But also, too, again, I reiterate, there is faculty, there are the school buses, there are the crossing guards, and that includes the 1 hour before, during, and after. And obviously, we don't make this stuff up. Everything's guidelines are set by OCGA, Georgia Code section, and anybody has any questions that we've had multiple calls before, and we've referred back to the code sections and specifically state this is what our obligations are and what we're abided by. And again, it's for the kids. I mean, the worst case scenario is another child gets hit, and whether it's injured or a fatality, that's just something we won't tolerate in Muscogee County.
Right. So if we're talking about the elementary schools here in Muscogee County, they start at 7:45 in the morning. That camera goes active at 6:45, an hour before, which is what you mentioned.
So it kind of depends.
Okay.
And I can't go through all 20 schools because
Right.
they're all different. Because if you have an elementary school and a middle school, those times are different.
Exactly.
Because the elementary school time starts, but then it'll end when the middle school time ends, especially when you have a middle school, an elementary school, and a high school. Those times are going to be much greater when the reduced speed enforcement is. If you have a single elementary school, obviously those times when the flashing lights are on the reduced speeds are going to be shorter. But the more schools, the more time.
Right. So for anyone who has like questions, if they can't make it to the event at the Frank Chester Rec Center on August 1st, who can they contact?
So the Columbus Police Department's website, if you go to that, it's the main page down at the bottom. It'll be school speed zone safety icon down there at the bottom. They can just click on that. It'll give all the frequently asked questions, contact numbers for myself, Sergeant Spada, Corporal Moody. They can call anytime. Obviously, if we're not there, they just leave a message and we'll make sure that we get back to them as quickly as possible.
All right, and for those who prefer in writing, they can also go to School Zone Safety at columbusga.org.
That's correct.
That's correct, okay. Is there anything else you may want to add? Anything you may want to clear up, or just want to get the word out to people about?
Again, obviously, if they have questions, they can go to that website, they can call. I know that you will be putting on the website, obviously also too, that if we do have a group discussion, some individuals within Muscogee County want to have a group session that we come and talk to them, that'll obviously be out there as well. You'll be obviously know that more than I do. But like I said, we're here to answer any questions anybody might have in regards to this program.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll talk about who runs the speed zone safety enforcement cameras.
Hi, this is Mayor Skip Henderson inviting you to join me on September 12th for a day of golf, fellowship, and giving back at our 3rd annual Keep Columbus Beautiful Mayor's Golf Tournament at Bull Creek Golf Course. At Bull Creek Golf Course, not only will you enjoy a great day on the golf course, but you'll have a chance to win a brand new BMW thanks to BMW of Columbus. Registration is now open. Don't miss your chance to hit the green for a great cause. Let's tee it up for a cleaner Columbus. See you on the green.
Welcome back. We are joined here with Corporal Aaron Hoffa. We've been talking about the school zone safety program and what drivers and commuters can expect as we get back in school on August 4th. So tell us, which cameras are we responsible for? When I say we, the Columbus Police Department.
So I think the general public's a little confused.
Yes.
The Columbus Police Department is responsible for all the public schools in Muscogee County. Muscogee County Sheriff's Department is responsible for all the private schools. If you're cited in violation on Bradley Park Drive, River Road near the roundabout, or 11th Street, which is St. Luke's, the other school, the cameras I talked about would be Brookstone. Obviously, those are by the Muscogee County Sheriff's Department. Again, all the other public schools are run by the Columbus Police Department.
So let's talk about a unique situation, right? With the locations of the cameras that are along River Road. You have Brookstone Primary School, which is closer up, the camera is closer up to the roundabout. And we also have River Road Elementary School, and those are our cameras that are further down.
That is correct.
Okay. So when a citation is issued, they can look at the top of those citations and they will see which.
I was just going to say, if they do look at the top citation, you're going to have an emblem up there. Either it's going to be the Muscogee County Sheriff's Department emblem, or it's going to be the Columbus Police Department's emblem. That's probably the biggest key indicator right there on who to call if you have any questions. However, on the bottom of the violation, I know some people call and ask questions that are simply based on the information that's on the citation. They really probably should read the citation in depth first before they give us a call, because the citation itself will probably answer a lot of their questions. But I think the biggest part of it is when people call up, they're just confused on how to pay the citation or how to contest it. Obviously, there's a 877 number on that citation, and that's Red Speed's customer service number. There's a different one for the Muscogee County Sheriff's Department. And down at the bottom, if they want to contest a ticket, they can just cut that off down the bottom, sign it, and return it. The return address is on there for Red Speed in Atlanta if they want to contest a ticket. Some people want to request their own court date that can't. Red Speed, we obviously established the court dates beforehand, and then what Red Speed will do based on our court dates that we've established, they'll assign one of those court dates. But again, the Muscogee County Sheriff's Department is responsible for all the private schools, and we're responsible, or the Columbus Police Department is responsible for all the public schools in Muscogee County.
All right, so that's a good breakdown there. But we also get like a few one-off questions about the cameras that are on the school buses.
There's another set of cameras with Muscogee County, and that's the Muscogee County School Police. Those fines, again, are the responsibility of the Muscogee County School Police. It used to be, the statute stated it was a $250 fine. The company that controlled those was a $1,000 fine. With the General Assembly letting out, they reestablished that that is a $1,000 fine. So when that stop bar is out and you pass a school bus, it's a $1,000 fine. Now the big thing is, if the only exception to that rule is if there's a grassy median or a concrete barrier separating, say, northbound and north and southbound lanes, obviously the drivers don't have to stop going in the opposite direction. But if there's 15 lanes across there and there's no grassy median or concrete barrier they're still required to stop by state law.
Okay, so you heard it here. You know, all public schools, Columbus Police Department runs those cameras. Private schools, that will go to the Muscogee County Sheriff's Office. In the event that you get a ticket from a school bus, you're gonna have to reach out to the Muscogee County School District Police Department. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's it, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, safety is always the priority here, but thank you so much for joining Columbus Connection, and we'll see you next time.